Hey guys, Simon here, and in this video we're going to talk about 10 things you don't know about Batman Arkham Knight. Through the video we'll go over a few places, characters, Easter eggs, and some random trivia found in the game that you may not know. Before we get started, however, I'm going to ask that if you learned something new, you hit the like button and subscribe, and if you didn't learn anything new, subscribe anyway. It should be noted there are a few minor spoilers in the video, so be warned before you go ahead and watch it. Okay, let's get started. At number 10 we have Ted the Wildcat Grant. Around Gotham you will see posters for a boxing match set to take place. However, the match has been cancelled due to Albert Goliath King gone missing. The match was set to take place in Gotham against Grant, who is known as one of the toughest hand-to-hand fighters in the DC universe. So good in fact that he was sought out by a young Bruce Wayne at the start of his training. It's worth noting that the boxing match actually hasn't been cancelled. If you can pay attention really fast after the Scarecrow's attack in the diner, right along the bottom of the screen there's a scrolling caption that says that the King has been replaced in the boxing match by a ZSASZ. At number 9 we have the CLAYFACE personas. Throughout Gotham are posters for a film called The Terror, starring Basil Carlisle, the original Clayface. This poster is significant because it was the same film that caused Carlisle to go insane and go on a killing rampage in the comics. In the comics, Carlisle finds out that the film he starred in, The Terror, is being remade without him in any way at all. Outraged by this, Carlisle dons the villain's outfit and name from the movie, Clayface, and begins killing the actors in the same order and fashion they are to be killed in the movie, while saving the actor who plays Clayface for last. He is stopped by Batman and Robin, however, before he can complete his nefarious plan. Worth noting that Carlisle didn't actually have any powers at this time. He was just a regular guy who wore a costume and was killing people. The other Clayface persona is that of Matt Hagen, who can be spotted on the poster The Dark Interlude. In the Arkhamverse, it shows that Hagen is an actor similar to Carlisle. However, this differs from his comic book presence, which portrays him as a treasure hunter who happens across a radioactive pool of protoplasm that gives him body-altering powers. Now you may be saying, hey Simon, I know all this, I can see both of the names on the poster. You jackass. But did you know that on the film poster starring Matt Hagen, there's a supporting role played by a Mr. Basil Carlisle? At some point these two cross paths on the set, neither one knowing the future enemy they would later share. At number 8 we have Wesker Theater. Driving around the gloomy Gotham you will come to a very bright lit up area of the city. In this area we have Wesker Theater, this being a nod to Arnold Wesker, better known as the ventriloquist. Wesker has never made an appearance in the Arkham franchise yet, but has been referenced during Arkham City, where he had some GCPD officers held up somewhere. Wesker's better half, however, Scarface, has made 2 appearances, once at the end of Arkham Asylum and again in Arkham City. There is no direct tie to the theater in Wesker, however, with Wesker's great ability at ventriloquism, I can only draw the conclusion of a stage presence for the puppet master in the big theater. I mean, after all, how many evil Weskers can there be in the world? At number 7 we have the Gotham City Detectives. Inside the GCPD, if you roam around the place, you'll come across a chalkboard with 3 names written on it: Renee Montoya, Bullock, and John Jones. The first 2 names most Bat fans should recognize. Renee Montoya is a female detective that was originally created for Batman the Animated Series. She started out as a uniformed officer and eventually works her way up to detective. As time goes on, she is outed as a lesbian on the police force, which causes her to quit, and she later ends up taking the mantle of the vigilante The Question. The second name, Bullock, or Harvey Bullock, is well known to Bat fans. Bullock made his first appearance way back in the 70s as part of a plan to bring down Gordon, the new straight-laced cop in the precinct. Bullock is partnered with Gordon and attempts to make him look foolish in the department by performing his job poorly, not giving him information in a timely manner, and even being incompetent at times. After inadvertently giving Gordon a heart attack, Bullock turns over a new leaf and shows everyone just how good of a cop he really is, which also starts a new friendship and respect between Gordon and himself. The last name on this list may not be as well known to everybody: John Jones, aka the Martian Manhunter. When not saving the world, the last man from Mars spends his time solving crimes as Detective John Jones in the town of Middletown, USA. I'm not sure why they would include his alter ego on the Gotham Detective Board, because he rarely, if ever, operates inside of Gotham. Mostly because it would probably just piss Batman off. At number 6 we have Victor Zsasz. After Ace Chemicals blows up and you find out that Oracle has been kidnapped, you need to travel back to the clock tower and watch some video footage in order to find out who has kidnapped her and where they went. But did you know that if you play the video footage to the very end of the reel in the upper left hand camera, you can see the familiar face of Victor Zsasz make an appearance? He is only there for a few seconds of time, but it would appear that after his capture in Arkham City, he has yet again escaped and is out and about, adding tally marks to his ever-growing list of victims. At number 5 we have the William Shakespeare Headbust. For this one we're headed back to the days of Adam West. When you enter the clock tower for the very first time before accessing the Bat computer there, you need to flip the head open on a bust on the shelf. But did you know that that's a direct reference to the Batman 60s TV show? In the show, Bruce or Dick would flip the head open on the statue, flip the switch, which would then open a hidden panel in the wall, revealing the bat poles for the heroes to slide down to change into their costumes. In Arkham Knight, it acts as a body scanner, identifying someone before granting them access to the Bat computer. There is also another one of these located in Wayne Tower that grants Batman access to a bat suit and gadgets that come up out of the floor. As a cool little side fact, it's worth noting that on the 60s TV show, when the duo did flip the switch on the bust, it didn't actually open the wall. Instead, it turned on a light backstage that alerted the crew to pull the wall back so the actors can gain access to the poles and slide down them to change into their outfits. Once they were safely down, the crew would push the wall back into place. I guess Bruce Wayne wasn't as rich as we thought. At number 4, we have Harold's Repair Shop. As you roam the streets of Gotham, you may pass by a place called Harold's Repair, a place of little note. However, did you know that this is the name of Batman's mechanic? Harold worked for Batman from time to time, helping to build new gadgets and tech. Originally born a mute and with a misshapen body that's similar to Quasimodo, he was viewed by the public with disdain. He ends up becoming one of Penguin's henchmen until the Penguin is caught and locked up by Batman. After this time, Harold ends up wandering around not knowing what to do with himself. He is later found by Batman in an abandoned building, and upon noticing his ability to build things from practically nothing, gives Harold a home in the Batcave where he can help him by building tech for his war on crime. Harold debuted in '89 but was a minor character for the most part. He plays a larger role in the storylines Nightfall and Hush. In the first, he helps Bruce Wayne by building him a wheelchair after his back is broken. He has a more prominent role in the Hush storyline, in which he is tricked by Hush to undergo surgery to repair his voice and body in exchange for help against Batman. I won't get into any spoilers about the story, but by the end of the story, Batman discovers that Harold's last name is Allnut. At number 3, we have the Calendar Man. Here's one little Easter egg that takes a good eye to spot. Once you've beaten the game's main storyline and have captured all the villains, you can unlock the Nightfall Protocol ending. For those of you who have achieved this, when you do, keep an eye out for it. Once you have started the cutscene, it will take you to a newscasting being held by Vicky Vale. As Vicky starts her huge breaking news for Gotham, if you pay attention and watch closely over her shoulder on the right side of the screen, you could see a bald-headed man standing outside of the gates with everyone else. What is special about this bald-headed man is the tattoo that goes around his head, identifying him as none other than Julian Gregory Day, or better known as the Calendar Man. Known for killing his victims on holidays on the calendar from Christmas to Flag Day, it would appear that Gregory, along with ZSASZ, found a way to escape their incarceration and are now both loose out in Gotham. For those who know the Nightfall Protocol ending, it's worth noting that the Calendar Man is making his appearance on Halloween night, possibly looking for revenge. At number 2, we have the reopening of Arkham Asylum. This next one is something that you may have missed at the very start of the game or on a few newspapers around town. When you're given control of the GCPD officer in the diner, before making your way to the back to perform your duties, if you stop and turn around to the man reading the newspaper, you can see the headline on the front page of that newspaper. That headline is in regards to the reopening of Arkham Asylum. The headline reads, "Strange Legacy. City Hall ponders future of prison care in Gotham. Mayor Hill commissions special report into high security care. Critics ask, is this the first step towards the reopening of Arkham Asylum?" It would appear after the events of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City that Gotham is in need of a better prison now more than ever. A better facility seems more important, especially after the events of Arkham Knight. The question appears up in the air for the city as to what to do with its criminals, especially when you have inmates like Victor Zsasz and the Calendar Man escaping left and right. At number 1, we have the Jackanapes store. At first look, this would appear to be nothing more than a filler store in the game. However, this is not the case. The store has a few connections to Gotham's clown prince of crime, the Joker. First, when looking at the store, it has the heads of the Jacks playing card in the sign. Second, when you say the name of the store, Jackanapes, it is broken down pretty easily to Jack and Napes. Now, if you take Jack Nicholson's portrayal of the Joker from Tim Burton's Batman from 1989, his name, before he turns into the Joker, is Jack Napier. Jack Napier, Jackanapes. It seems pretty clear the two names are connected. Still in disbelief? Okay, how about this? If you look up the term Jackanapes, you will come back with a few different meanings of the word or term. It is from the 15th century and is thought to have come from the phrase Jack of Napes. Back in the 15th century, monkeys were an exotic good exported from Naples, and Jackanapes back then were those guys that had the huge box around their necks with the monkey tied to a leash. Then they played and danced while the guy would play music. As time moved on, the meaning changed to mean that of a monkey, and later it changed again to mean that of an impudent or mischievous person, which also fits into the reasoning that this store has close associations with the Joker, being that he is one hell of an impudent and mischievous guy. Well guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button and comment. Those factors really help with the success of videos here on YouTube, especially for someone who's just starting out like me. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I plan to do a lot more videos like this in the future. Alright, I'll see you again next time.